this is something that you can really speak to, man, because you was part, you know what I mean, as a former player, you know what I'm saying? And not just the guy, you know, the white hat, as we
Right.
call it on the show, you know what I mean?
White hat.
Joel Embiid is on fire this season.
Fuego.
Straight fuego, cooking crazy, even better than his MVP season, the stats are, the numbers. You know what I'm saying? So, but now they're saying that he might not be eligible because the NBA Players Association and the league made a deal where it was just like, yo, you got to play a certain amount of games to be eligible for postseason awards. So if he misses more than 7 more games this season, and bro, also ain't even here yet. If he missed 7 more games, it don't matter if he averaged 50, he's not eligible to be MVP, which is, to me, is crazy. You know what I mean? Because if, like, let's say he missed 8 games, you know what I mean? Or like, because I understand what, like, I kind of understand the rule a little bit. It's like, bro, you played 20 games, you average 50 for those 20 games, but you only played 20 games. It's 82 games in a season.
20 games is different.
It's different. But my man, he's been on, and he's been cooking. So that, I don't know, man. Like, my take on it is just like, that's crazy. Get that whole rule out of here. But like, the players agreed on it, so
that's part of the negotiation. That's the business of basketball. You get what I'm saying? That's the business of basketball. When you speaking about, when you trying to get 450 players to agree to deal points, negotiating against the NBA.
How do y'all do it? Like, when the players are like, like you said, it's 450 of y'all.
Yeah.
Like, is it the main? Because there's always like a head.
What's the president?
A
You got
president,
the president
right.
of the association.
Right.
You know what
So
I'm saying?
is that the one that, like,
You have
does
the
he send an
player
email
president.
out?
You have the player president, and then you have the president,
Right.
which is now Andre Iguodala, who stepped in there,
Yeah.
and then C.J. McCollum, player president.
The player president.
So it's a negotiation that happens between the NBA. When I say NBA, meaning owners.
The owners.
The
right.
owners are
Not the league.
the owners are the NBA.
Right.
Right. Players is the union. Right. So you have these negotiations, and because there's so much upside and positivity to the game of to the business of basketball, TV deals, just everything that's happening around the game of the business of basketball. What's end up happening is nobody wants to sit out. We ain't sitting out. There's too much bread out there. It's too much. We making too much bread. Boom, boom, boom. It's like we gonna work together to get this done.
Right.
Also, hold up, players. As owners, we want X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
And players is like, we want X, Y, Z. So now you got to go back and see if the X's cross out each other, if the Y's cross out each other, if the Z's.
Niggas doing algebra in the fucking thing.
But that's what it comes down to, right? And when it at the very end of it, there's only a couple people in there that's negotiating to get the deal done, like to move it over top.
That's what I always thought of as a fan. Like, how does this go down? You know what I'm saying? Because like,
it's
like as part of a union, you know, I've been in a couple unions, but like when something comes to a vote, you either get like an email or you got to go vote in person or some shit like that. But it's a vote. Like, it's like it comes, yo, here's y'all ballot, whatever. Do you all agree on this or disagree
you get 450 votes because it's 450 players.
Right.
So everybody have to vote on. These are the bullet points. This is what the owners are asking for. This is what, and 450 players got to vote on that.
So I'm asking you something, bro. This is bringing it back to like voting and whatever. Because being on TV, been doing this shit for like 10, 15 years. I've been, you know, voting for the Emmys for a minute. And a lot of the times I'm like, man, I don't want to do this shit, bro. Because it's mad categories, it's mad shit to click, it's mad shit to do. You got to sign in. So I would just sign in, vote for my show, and then be out. Like,
yeah.
You think players is doing that, or
no? Because this affects them,
like super directly,
and indirectly. Like it affects everything. That collective bargaining agreement affects everything. So you want to get it as close to both sides being on the same page,
right,
and having the same knowledge and understanding of where we trying to go and what we trying to accomplish.
right.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now with the CBA, the players had to agree to that. The players had to agree to, man, you got to play X amount of games, and you know, if you want to win these awards. But that's conversations amongst the players.
Right.
That shit that's going on amongst the players. Man, he ain't played that many games. Or Rightfully so.
Right. I'm Joel Embiid. You the GM.
Yeah.
I'm, I got like a little nagging injury, whatever. It's nothing crazy. Nothing I need surgery for. You the GM, you like, yo, I need you to sit out. I'm like, yo, if I sit out, I can't win MVP, bro.
Yeah.
Like, and when I win MVP, I know you know. Like, there's incentives in your contract. Yo, you win this, you get X amount of dollars. I'm like, yo, respectfully, GM, bro, like, I'm trying to win. I'm trying to get this MVP, and I'm trying to get this, you know what I mean? Who wins that battle?
Some players of that caliber would say, fuck that. I don't think they're going to say, you know what I mean?
I disagree.
Right. They're going to be like, nah, I'm playing. And there's nothing you can do. If the player says he's playing, he's playing.
Literally.
I'm saying that caliber of player you speaking of,
Yeah.
right? I'm playing. No, I'm hurt, but I'm playing. Fuck that. Right? I'm playing. You can't do nothing about that as a GM. But as a GM, what you could do is you got to have that rapport with your top player. Especially if you know injuries is involved and this and that. You got to be able to speak to him directly, where he's comfortable and confident enough to know, like, yo, I can come to you like, yo, Miro, yo, I'm honestly like, I'm fucked up today, but I'm going to go. Like, I'm just letting you know. So now I know, like, I know what to expect.
Right,
I don't, but if you like, yo, Miro, I really can't go. Yo, my shit is fucked up. Like, I can't. As a GM, you got to be like, yo, look, you look me in my eyes and tell me you fucked up, I got to protect you.
Yeah.
Right? But if you look at me in my eyes saying, yo, I'm fucked up, but I can go, that's different. But if you look at me in my eyes like, yo, I'm fucked up, and they want me to go,
Right.
I got to have that rapport with you as my star player.
Right.
In communication where I can look you in your eye and know if you telling me the truth, and like I gotta look deep into your soul to know that you really telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because again, if an athlete is crying out, listen. So that's my take. So to answer the question of Embiid and MVP and the CBA and playing the amount of games, I just think that it's twofold. Like, I get the CBA, I get why they did it, I get why people agreed to that. You know what I mean? But also with Joel, bro, if you play 450 games, cool. You play 60 games, like that. If you was the best player in the league for 3/4 of the season, you the MVP.
I mean, that's how I see it.
For 3/4 of the season is 50 games or some shit like that. Like, I know somebody gonna try to fact check me, but
yo, Melo's bucking like he was last week. He's wilding.
75% is
it's actually 73.5. This motherfucker don't know what we talking about.
Go back to school. But nah, like, if you play like that many games, 56, then come on, bro. Like,
to me, it's an eye test. It's an eye thing. Like, if I see you cooking enough,
he MVP, bro.
Yeah, like, if I see you enough that I know, bro, this dude is a clear-cut MVP, bro. Like, look at what he's doing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you miss 20 games, you miss 20 games, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Especially the bigs, you know what I'm saying? Like, they got different type of issues, bro. You're not a 6'2" guard. You know what I mean? Like, you got foot issues, knee issues. You mad big, you know what I'm saying? You fall, it's different, bro. When I fall, it's different than Embiid falling. You know what I'm saying? That's a whole 7 feet type of shit falling down the stairs. You know what I mean? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, bro, it's like a Frenchie falling down the stairs versus a big ass Great Dane. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, you feel me? It's a different situation. You got to take that into account. Hey, yo.
Indeed, man, yeah. I can't say that's a crazy rule, because I know, like, the negotiations behind that.
Yeah.
Like, what it took to get to that point, and for the players to be like, all right, we agree with that point. It's a lot that went into, it's a lot that went into, because not all 450 was on board of that particular point.
It might be 20 of them that's like, nah,
it might be like a handful of guys that just was like, nah, man, like, you got to play a certain amount of games. So now you take that into actual consideration. So yeah, Embiid should be MVP.
So
I think so.
Going off of that,
I think he should be MVP. I mean, as of right now, if it's stopped today,
Yeah.
he'll be MVP. But my thing is, not to cut you off.
No.
We'll get to the next point. How many games he had? Like what's on the amount of games that he can miss?
He could miss 7 more games. If he misses more than 7 this season, he's ineligible. You got to
More
play
than
65.
7?
You got to play 65 games to be eligible.
How many games? So he's at what? Well, how many games they at right now, roughly?
Right before All-Stars, probably like
North of 40?
around 40, like around.
North of 40? Going into All-Star would be north of 40.
Yeah.
So, what, 9 weeks left in the season?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, bro, you can take a day off.
You can't miss 10 games.
10 games, like.
Let me see how we do that. I'm gonna do one game a week.
We got a back-to-back? All right.
I'm resting 1 game a week for the next 10 weeks. Also, so with that point, right, the flip side of all of that, and in all seriousness, like, he can't control his injuries.
That's what I'm saying.
So you can't be mad at him. Like, if he is like, yo, I think he's lying if he say, I don't give a fuck about it, for one. You give a fuck. I give a fuck about it for you.
Come on.
I want you to go win this shit. So I don't agree with that part.
I think everybody that says I don't care about MVP is lying.
Yeah, that's bullshit. You if you have a chance to win MVP of the league,
somebody call you, your agent
back
call
to
you
back,
whoever?
like come on, yeah, you care about it. So yeah, it is what it is with that comment. You care, so go get it. Is what I'm saying. Like, and I know MVP is a regular season. Go get it. Like, if you have a chance to go get it, go get it. Why you want to shy away from it? If I have a chance to go get it, I'm going to get it. If I have a chance to go get it, I am going to get it. And people just got to understand that. Like, this don't happen all the time. We put out, my team and this organization and myself put me in this position to be able to go get that award. It's reachable. I'm going to get it.
Yeah.
I am going to get that. So I ain't fuck that. Yeah, you going to get MVP? Yes.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I want it.
I want that shit, bro.
I want it.
Also, it's an individual award, but let's keep it a buck, bro. If the MVP is on your team is getting more shine. Like, you're getting more, you know what I mean? More attention, more media coverage, more everything. You know what I mean? If Embiid was in like a smaller market, if he was like in like Sacramento and he was playing the way he was playing, would he still be in the conversation? I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His game speaks for itself. Like, what he's doing, and also they're winning. Right? So it looks even crazier that, 13 left. And now they start taking off. Now, it's nothing, it probably has nothing to do with 13.
It's just
It just had, okay, we gotta refocus, we gotta reevaluate, we gotta restructure, we gotta what we gonna do in this offense now?
What do we got? How are we gonna run
Right,
this
so it's
offense?
no disrespect to 13. It's just, you get what I'm saying? Like, we gotta move on, we gotta figure this out over here. And just so happened that those guys are playing extremely well. So yes, he is. If you put him in Sacramento and he's doing these, they will be winning at the same time too. Right? So yes, he will be in the MVP conversation. Like, do he deserve it? Yes. Do Jokic deserve it? Yes. Do Giannis deserve it? Yes. They all. It's crazy because this is a big man's part of left MVP race. MVP race.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
The crazy thing to me is, like, it's not the coaches that vote on MVP. It's not the players, right? It's the media. So it's like,
It's split.
it's like, it's split in between
The media, from my understanding, the media has a big portion
of the shit.
the voting.
Right. So that being said, how do you feel about that? Because it's like, yo, media is biased, bro. Let's keep it a buck. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you was like, let me pose it to you like this. Like, if you in the middle of the MVP race while you on your way out of Denver, and like 5 of the dudes that got votes is from Colorado, they're not voting for you. Because in their head, they biased. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're like, man, fuck this dude. He's out of here, man. Fuck him. Like, I ain't gonna vote. He ain't getting my vote.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it's just like, to me, I feel like it's kind of wild. And Zach Lowe, shout out to Zach Lowe, he rescinded his vote. He's like, I'm not voting because I don't think it's fair for me to vote. You know what I mean? Like it should be somebody else. So who like we was talking about this on the call yesterday, but like the football, like the college like championship. It's like how is that decided, bro? Like, you know what I mean? It's like it's a lot of different things that goes into it.
Yeah, that the voting is. I think the voting will always be difficult, like to understand.
Yeah.
No, like shout out to Zach. Like shout out to Zach because that's major.
Yeah.
Like for him to understand, like, yo, listen, like me voting, like
it could fuck up somebody's
money. It
can
fuck up somebody's bag. It can fuck up somebody's endorsements. It can fuck up, you know what I mean? Like like contracts, like it's a lot that goes into that. And if your bias has anything to do with you voting for this or that, you're going to go where your bias is strongly directed to. We're taking a brief break from today's episode to let you know that Prize Picks got you covered when it comes to helping you make some bread.
That's right. You know what I mean? The NFL playoffs is here now, and the NBA season is in full swing. You know what I mean? Prize Picks is helping us cash in. Because Prize Picks is a daily fantasy app where you can select 2 or more players, pick more or less on their projected stats, and turn $25 into $250. You know what I mean? And the best part about it is Prize Picks is real simple to play. I can make my picks and submit my entry in less than 60 seconds, B.
Prize Picks allows you to pick combo projections across football and basketball with specials. So you can support all your teams while still cashing in.
You know what I'm saying? That's how you do it. I got a couple projections in mind already. You know what I'm saying? A lot of them include Lamar Jackson. Be sure to visit prizepicks.com/7 p.m. and use promo code 7 p.m. for the deposit match up to $100.